What's cooking, guys? Welcome back to my channel. For today's recipe, I'm making my shrimp and broccoli, which is actually better than Chinese takeout. You are going to love the sweet and salty flavors that we are adding into this dish. It cooks in minutes, literally, so it's a great, easy weeknight meal. So stay tuned for the recipe. If you enjoyed today's recipe, make sure to like this video so that YouTube can help push my videos out there for other people to watch. And now let's get cooking. So guys, I'm going to start by chopping up some scallions or green onions, and I'm using 3 green onions here. And I feel like green onions or scallions are a must in Chinese food. So I'm taking the white part and I'm going to add that when I'm cooking the shrimp and the broccoli, and the green parts are going to be for garnishing. So I'll chop that up later. But for now, go ahead and chop up all your scallions that you have. And I'm just cutting them into like slices and then just chopping them up just slightly because I don't want big chunks. So once you're done chopping your scallions or the white part of the scallions, just put them in a bowl. I'm just dumping them in a little bowl here to keep them separate. And then I'm moving on to chopping my garlic, and I'm using 4 small to medium sized garlic cloves. Again, like the scallions, I think are a must in Chinese cooking, and I love garlic. Garlic is great for you guys, especially for digestion or like stomach issues. Garlic is absolutely great. So next I'm just going to show you how I cut my broccoli, and I'm just going to remove the broccoli florets from that stem. I'm not going to be using the stem or the stalk part, whatever you call it. I am just going to cut the broccoli florets, and I'm keeping like a medium size to these because once these cook they kind of like shrink a little bit, but you want like a medium to large size, somewhat similar to the size of the shrimp, which I'm going to show you next. And once your broccoli is cut, you just want to very thoroughly wash this out. So let's season our shrimp now. I have 1 pound of extra large or 2630 size shrimp. I've already cleaned and deveined it, and I'm adding half a teaspoon of red chili flakes to this, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon onion powder. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, but that is optional, guys. If you don't have it, you can completely leave it out. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of honey to offset that saltiness from the soy sauce. Half of the chopped garlic, so about 2 cloves. And then I'm just mixing all of my ingredients well to season and marinate that shrimp. So guys, let's start by cooking the broccoli first because this whole dish cooks really fast. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of oil in here, and I'm going to let this heat up. And then when your oil heats up, you want to add half of the scallion that we chopped up. I'm also going to add all of the garlic, the rest of the garlic. I used some in the shrimp marinade, as you saw. I'm also going to add some red chili flakes, and this is like half a teaspoon. And then you just want to mix everything up with the oil so all of the flavors can infuse that oil. And I'm just going to let the scallions come to a light translucent color. So once my scallion and garlic have slightly cooked, I'm going to add my broccoli that I washed and cut. And you just want to toss your broccoli with the scallions and the garlic. So just let this cook just for a couple of minutes. Now I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt, maybe about half a teaspoon. The shrimp already has enough soy sauce, so that's why I want to control the salt that I add into my broccoli. So guys, I'm just going to add just like a 1/4 cup of water so that the broccoli can cook in its own steam. And I'm going to cover this for like 5 minutes. So guys, look at that beautiful green broccoli. And at this stage, I'm not going to cook this anymore. So I'm going to turn off the heat for this and just remove this broccoli onto a plate. Once you remove your broccoli onto a plate, you want to use the same pan. I didn't wash it out. And you want to add in some oil. just a little bit, because it's time to cook our shrimp now. And once your oil heats up, you're going to add in the rest of your scallions and just saute this out. Again, just to get like a nice translucent color. So now I'm just going to add in my marinated shrimp. That nice sizzling sound is absolutely amazing. And you just want to kind of lay these flat so that they can all cook individually. I'm not really making too much of a sauce, so whatever liquid we have here, if it evaporates, it's okay. I kind of want this to be a little bit on the drier side. So let these cook on both sides for about 3 minutes each side. So guys, once your shrimp is looking pink on one side, you want to turn these over. And this just needs a couple of minutes on the other side, and we are pretty much done with our dish. And I'm just going to remove this on a plate in like a couple of minutes when the other side is done, and then I'll show you how I'm going to plate it. So guys, here is my shrimp and broccoli. Tell me that does not look better than Chinese takeout. Look at that beautiful shrimp. We seasoned it with some soy sauce and some honey just to get that sweet and salty flavors. And then I'm just going to take some of that green onion that I also chopped up, and I'm just going to sprinkle that as a garnish. And that looks so beautiful. And now I'll see you in the taste testing part, guys. So let's do our taste testing, guys. And look at that shrimp and broccoli. I know there's a lot of broccoli on my plate, but I'm trying to eat a little bit more greens and vegetables than like meat or seafood. So that's why I made more broccoli than the shrimp. But let's try out our food. And look at that shrimp, guys. It's so well seasoned. You can see the specks of the black pepper. You have the sweetness from the little bit of honey that we added, and then I'm sure the saltiness from the soy sauce. So let's try this out. Has a kick to it also. And guys, my reactions to that first bite is actually genuine because it's the first time I taste the food for you guys on camera. I don't taste it prior to doing this taste testing section. And then look at that broccoli. Still very nice and green. Ooh, that shrimp has a nice kick to it. It's pretty spicy. I don't know if you can hear that crunch, but my broccoli is still nice and crisp. It has that beautiful garlic flavor. Oh, the broccoli is so good. Let's do that shrimp again. This shrimp is incredible. This with some rice, white rice, brown rice, or with noodles or some lo mein too. So good. This is so good, guys. You gotta try this recipe. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my easy, better than Chinese takeout shrimp and broccoli recipe. You should not be intimidated by making Chinese food or any other types of food at home because it's just a few ingredients, but they add so much flavor to your food, and it's always better than buying food from outside. So try out this recipe and let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves.